Alright, what's going on, guys? Pablo's back again, coming at you with a showcase on the brand new Kensei that came out a couple weeks ago, actually. And yeah, I've been wanting to get my hands on him in particular because I do believe he was best in Banner. Now, there are some things that I do want to talk about when it comes to this character. Let's just quickly get right into it, right? So he is a captain in Hollow, and he has a captain killer, which is still a little jarring to me. He is a melee character, I believe, since he does punch, lacerate on all of his attacks. He has increased status element chance against technique attribute enemies, which is really good. And then on top of that, he does have technique link stop potions +5, so you're going to be able to use him in IZ or IT or epic raids and then get some good value because of that skill. On top of that, he has damage to lacerate enemies plus 60% built into his kit. If you want to T20 him and get damage to lacerate enemies plus an additional 40%, you're literally doubling your damage if they get inflicted with the status element, which is very easy to do thanks to the status element chance increase, right? Then for this, we do have weakened defense and full stamina damage use. Personally, I would actually go with damage to lacerated enemies over the weakened defense unless you're using this character in Guild Quest as the main runner, which I wouldn't really advise using him as the main runner unless you have him 5 out of 5 or he actually is your best option at the time. He has a Berserker of 40%, recover 20% stamina to his entire party, which is really cool for content like IZ or IT, or extreme co-op. Full stamina only increase strong attack damage plus 40%. So for the damage multipliers, this character actually picks up quite a lot. So if we bring out the calculator, I just want to quickly do this early. So we're going to do this times 2 for the frenzy times 1.6 times 1. Yeah, let's do times 1.4. Let's assume that we're not going to give him Berserker. We're just going to give him a bunch of full stamina damage boost, right? So we're going to give him times 1.4 for the Berserker. Oh, wait. Divided by 1.4 times 1.6. Reason for that is strong attack damage item. Now, let's assume that we're going to be running Orihime. Pretty much just the full stamina damage boost links, which is going to give us an additional, how much full stamina damage boost we're going to get? 86%. Okay, so we're going to get times 1.86. Multiply this by 1.4 because he gets an extra 40% on top of everything, and now we're dealing 833. Multiply this by 1.6 if we get the damage to lacerated enemies, and you'll see here that 1333. If the enemy is lacerated, this is the equivalent damage that we're getting on the new characters like Ichigo, who gets plus 100% extra damage if they're not inflicted with a status element. That being said, he does have the stipulation of you better have a status element on him or he's going to be not dealing as much damage, but it's still really good. Alright, so going into his actual accessories, switch pressure 30-30-30 across the board. No SP item, but that's fine. Like, to be honest, the damage is negligible when you use a hollow bait. Orihime, Rukia, and Chad. So pretty much strong attack, recharge, and full stamina damage boost links. Full stab and weakened defense, excuse me. And I already talked about how I feel about the weakened defense on this character in particular. But yeah, so without further ado, let's just let's take him into IZ. I don't know if we have IT available. If we do have it, that'd be great. Awesome. We have IT available. He cleared it. Oh, nice. He left it for us. That's freaking awesome. Let's go. Let's do this. You got the super potion unit along with the regular potion unit. Get more value. Full boosters. Let's not bring an ally. The enemies are immune to fire. Okay, cool. So we shouldn't have an issue at all with our lacerate. I want to see how quickly he can proc his lacerate. Keep in mind, this character in Arena in particular actually picks up Frenzy and Poise. No Havoc, which I think is really, like, you know, I feel like that hurts him a lot, but I do like it. And he also gets to start Power Up item +2 in Arena in particular. With no, I should make note, with no status immunities, it's kind of oof. But, yeah, Long Stride on a melee unit is pretty cool. Pop. Try to get the lacerate off. My lord, I love this lacerate. 2500 length beam. Vacuum into lunge third strong attack. This is the same strong attack as, what's his name? Arena Yami, which is really weird. First strong attack. Not proccing the lacerate, it looks like, though, which is kind of unfortunate. Ah, there we go. I'm trying to proc without killing. It's kind of difficult. lacerate. Lord. Yeah, we lost tons of damage on that. It's a good thing that he heals 20% to his team. That's exactly what I wanted to showcase. Elite gameplay here, boys. That didn't kill? Oh, come on. That's like the one thing I hate about Iron Skin. Is like... the thing that I hate the most about Iron Skin is just like... not being able to consistently rely on your character is so stupid to me. I'm glad that we're getting characters that bypass Iron Skin, but I'm also unhappy that it's just like, oh yeah, by the way, how do we make a character good without making them good? It's like, oh yeah, just make them bypass the entire restriction. And I'm not saying that Uryu and Ichigo are bad, or I don't think, no, Chad doesn't bypass. I'm not saying that Uryu and Ichigo are bad. I'm saying like they can just make bad characters desirable by making a like annoying mechanic like dodge, and then just selling a character that bypasses it. Even if the character isn't good, sometimes they'll even be better than the alternative. Like look at the no affiliation killer Jackie. Look at who's another read dodge character. Look at the tech 1000-year Blood Lord Yamamoto. He was pretty good for his time, but the main reason anyone even wanted him was just because of that stupid read dodge mechanic. Hell, even Spirits Are Forever With You Power Beyond Bankai Kisuke, I wasn't planning to summon for him, but I eventually caved because read Soul Reaper dodge for speed scroll, for like blue scrolls, ended up being desirable to me, and I'm like, all right, you know what, I'll toss in 5 steps, even though I probably shouldn't summon on this banner since I already have Max Transcendent Bruno, right? So like the way that Caleb handles a lot of things kind of irks me a little bit. Like right now we're getting these characters with increased status omen chance, but we also have the characters that are already starting to completely bypass the mechanic where it's like just Pierce Iron Skin or Break Iron Skin. I forget exactly what the name of it is called. You have full tickets. I'm just gonna do a ×10 ticket run just so that way you have your tickets counting down. And yeah, I mean overall I do like this Kensei. I really do wish that this Kensei had Havoc. I think that this character would have actually like unironically been really, well, I think he's good, but I think he would have been really, really good if he had it. Okay, so barely any back range. Yeah, with Havoc he would have hit that. With Havoc he would have actually hit that enemy on the side. See, and this is why I talk about Havoc all the time. Because even though a character can be good even if you don't have Havoc, like I don't think that this character is bad by any means. It's just Havoc can make the difference between, oh, that enemy is just out of range. These enemies are spread apart just enough. I want to lacerate someone. Okay, well. I hate burn. I don't know if this is enough to fully heal. Hog. I hate these enemies so much. There's the lacerate. Yeah, you see that damage? From 18,000 to 26,000 damage. Now, we do have a PvP killer, so that's definitely one thing to note. Did I bring an ally? No, I did not. Good, 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 good. Cool. $40K to $87K. So I definitely want to take that 40,000 ramp. Now keep in mind, this character has a Captain Killer. We're going to calculate the Captain Killer after, since more PvE character, if you're doing PvE, usually this is what you're going to be hitting for anyways, right? So let's calculate all the actual multipliers that you actually grab onto this. Keep in mind, you lose that 40% strong attack damage with your special because it's not a strong attack, of course. So we're going to get we're gonna get 60% devastation, but that's already calculated in from the first hit. We're gonna cause laceration after the first hit along with weakened defense, so that's gonna give us times 1.3 times 1.6 to damage to lacerated enemies, right? this is not counting the damage that we're going to actually get from the laceration itself, just because at that point it really depends on the enemy's max health. Like, it could be range between 1 HP and 50 million if the KLab decides to do like a 100 billion HP enemy at some point, because it's based on your max HP. Next we do have no, that's pretty much it. So we're just gonna add the 80. We're gonna add the 40,000, the base damage, and his special is gonna deal 289,600 against normal enemies. If he were to have killer here, he'd be dealing times 2.2. That is gonna be the 40% multiplied by 3 killer effect, and that's gonna be dealing 637,000 damage as a 1 out of 5 character with a PvP killer of Captain Killer. That's actually not too bad. The fact that this character has that damage to lacerate enemies plus 60% and is guaranteed to proc lacerate automatically with his soul bomb is pretty much the reason that he's going to be dealing that kind of damage. The fact that you can the only issue that I can really see with this character is that since he does have that full stamina only strong attack damage plus 40% skill, you're kind of dependent on keeping your stamina at full. And he does have the team party recover 20% stamina, which is really good for him. My only concern is you would want to accentuate that with more full stamina damage links, and God forbid you get hit or you get burned to the point where your team party heal doesn't fully heal you, then he loses a ton of his damage. But I mean, hey, that's just a skill issue, right? But I'm gonna leave it at that. Guys, grind, catch up with me to stay blessed. Overall, I do like this character, considering that this character has the link stop potion skill. It's pretty dope. Make sure to check out all the other videos that I have linked at the end of this video, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.